Buongiorno, bonjour, hola, how you doing? I'm John, the Coffee Apostle, and thank you for joining me on another brewing adventure here in the Apostle Coffee Forest. I come out here because it's my safe space. I come here to reflect, to introspect, and occasionally to brew delicious coffee. Today, we're looking at the Aeropress. Invented by a guy with a funny name and a penchant for freebies, this is my go-to brewing technique at home. Now every morning, I leap out of bed, I put on the kettle, and I use this beautiful lump of rubber and plastic.
How very rude.
To make the best coffee you can make at home. I promise. Yeah, I do promise, I promise. So where to start? Well, with the Aeropress Construction. It's made up of three main parts. You've got your plunger, your main chamber, and your filter basket, which is where your paper filter goes. Now I like to make mine using the inverted method. Yeah, I know it sounds fancy, but it's not. You're basically going to make your coffee upside down and then flip it onto your cup. So we're going to start by building the Aeropress. Plunger first, then you're going to put the main chamber on top and push down so it's about 5 millimeters onto the plunger. Final stage is the basket with the filter, but we're going to leave that to one side while we put in some delicious ground coffee. John, what coffee? Whoa, I've got this. A delicious organic espresso blend called Devil's Chair from Apostle Coffee. So let's quickly talk about the grind consistency of our coffee. For Aeropress, we want it to be a little bit finer than we would for pour over, not quite as fine as we would for espresso, so it's somewhere a bit like table salt, but a little finer. Take a look at that. I'm gonna prod it with my finger so you get a real sense of it. So I recommend trying out a few grind settings, seeing what works best for you. Now the Aeropress comes with quite a few bits and bobs. You've got a little stack for your filters there. You've got a stirrer, a measuring spoon, and a funnel. Now if you're a messy chap like me, a funnel's great. Pop it in the top. You're not gonna get your kitchen all messy. So we start with our coffee. This measuring spoon, provided by Aeropress, is just over 10 grams. And now our usual Hario scoop is 12 grams. I like 15 grams in my Aeropress. So that's a heaped measuring spoon with the Aeropress kit. Let's show you what a heaped spoon looks like. That's a heaped spoon, straight into the Aeropress. Time for our water. Now, you've been here before, you know the science. Just off the boil for 2 minutes, aiming for a temperature between 95 to 97 degrees. Correct. Now, as always, we're just going to cover the coffee grounds, nothing more. And we're going to allow it to bloom. Now what we're doing here is letting the carbon dioxide escape from the roasted beans. You can even give it a little prod, give it a little stir. Make sure all those grounds are covered. And we're going to leave it for 30 seconds. Tree bathe, catch some rays. Wear a woolly hat in the sun, on a sunny day, whatever. When 30 seconds has elapsed, we're going to fill up the Aeropress chamber to the top, which is just where this number 1 is. Or a little bit past it actually. With the chamber filled, we're going to give it a stir. 11 times. No more, no less. Some people will tell you it's 10. They're fools, don't listen to them. 11 times, count with me. 1, 2, 3.
If we need
4,
that
5,
extra
6,
push
7,
over the cliff,
8,
you know what we do?
Put it up to
11, exactly.
Do it any other way, it won't be perfect. Now we come to the filter. We've already put our paper in there, in the basket, but we need to use some hot water to secure the filter in place and also to remove any papery taste. Now be careful, this is a scalding opportunity. All we're going to do is just lightly pour some water over it. I've scalded myself. Let's try that again. Stick it on top of the chamber and very carefully push down to remove any air that's still left in the chamber. You'll hear it hissing. And you'll know when it's come to the right point because it will stop hissing and you'll see a bit of coffee start to pop through. Now for the fun part, Inversion, starring DiCaprio. Take your cup and very firmly and securely grab the Aeropress and relatively quickly flip it over. That wasn't so stressful. It feels stressful, but you'll get the hang of it after a couple of goes. Next, we're going to push down very firmly. If this is happening too quickly, then your grounds are a bit too coarse. If it's happening really slowly, they're a bit too fine. So you've got to find that sweet spot. If it's going about the speed mine's going, you've got it just right. Spot on. Well done. You'll know when it gets to the bottom because you'll be pushing. You'll be like, I've been pushing for a while. Oh, that's because I'm at the bottom. Take off the cap and pop this out into your bin or your compost bin. We like to compost ours. Poppity pop, give that a swirl, you're ready to go for next time. And then you've got your compostable filter. And there it is. Aeropress coffee, splash of milk, why not? Treat yourself. Bada bing. It is honestly the best way to make coffee at home if you don't want any expensive equipment. This, modestly priced. Let's have a sip. Oh mate. You need to get on this if you haven't got one. Go on our website and buy one. So there you have it, Aeropress coffee. Now, as coffee brewing techniques go, this is going to give you the best picture of the coffee in your cup. It's going to expose any flaws, it's going to bring out the best characteristics. And in fact, when we're roasting here at Apostle, we'll use the Aeropress to test a batch long before we've used an espresso machine. So give it a go, I promise you won't be disappointed. I hope you enjoyed yourself. It's a glorious day, I hope it's a glorious day with you. We'll see you again next time. Do not forget to like and subscribe. Arrivederci.